Welcome to the notes and solutions for day 28 of our GCSE 5 a day, and we start with a question about place value. And we're told that we've got this number 3002. So we've got a 2 in the ones column and we have a 3 in the thousands column. So we need to fill in zeros in between, and we want 5 less than. So we're going to take away 5. So let's now this is a little bit complicated in our column subtraction because we're going to take 5 away from 2. Well, 5 is bigger than 2, so we need to borrow something from this column. There isn't anything there, so we keep having to go across to do our borrowing, and then we end up with this here. So 12 take away 5 is 7992. And I think in the circumstances it might have been easier to actually just count back in ones. But there's our answer, 2997. If we need to practice that on century, nugget 2.01 is a useful place to go. If you have any problems in finding these nuggets at the moment, then do please ask your teacher. Okay, question 2. The way that we illustrate problems like this is what's called a function machine, and we're going to draw a little diagram that shows what's going on. So Mary thinks of a number, and the next thing that she does is that she doubles it, then she adds 6, and out at the end comes the answer 32. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use inverse operations to put this machine into reverse, see if we can find out what this number was that went in at the beginning. So we're going to put in our number 32, and the last thing we did was added 6, so we're going to take away 6. That's the inverse operation of addition. So 32 take away 6 is 26. We multiplied by 2 going forwards, so the inverse operation going backwards is dividing by 2. So 26 divided by 2, half of 26 is 13. So there's our answer, 13. If you want to have a play with some similar examples, then go to the nugget on function machines, which is 17.12. Okay, well, hopefully we've remembered that w squared means w times w, w cubed, w times w times w. So essentially what we've got here is that we're multiplying by w 7 times, then we multiply by w 4 more times. So in total, we've multiplied by w 11 times, 7 plus 4 times. So the answer to our question is 11. So w to the power 4 times w to the power 7 equals w to the power 11. And to practice that on century, please go to nugget 13.03. Okay, now following on from question 3, if we're raising something to the power 3 or cubing it, what we're doing is we're multiplying 3 times. Now, hopefully we've remembered that when we multiply two negatives, we get a positive. So what we've got here is we've got a positive times a negative. So our answer is going to be negative. We have 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. So our answer is negative 8. And to practice the squares and cubes of negative numbers, go to nugget 12.03 on century. So what we have here is an inequality, and when we are solving an inequality, the same principles apply as they do for equations that we're after something with y on its own, and the same principle will apply of balance, that we're going to do the same thing to the left and the right hand side. So we're after trying to get y on its own. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take away this 3 here. So that will leave 5y is less than 28. Take away 3 is 25. The next step will be to divide by 5. So 5y now just becomes y is less than 25 divided by 5 is 5. And to practice some similar inequalities to solve, go to nugget 25.08 on Century. Well, that's the end of your notes and solutions for day 28. Please keep up your 5-a-day work. And if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask your teacher for help.